So first of all, we're going to start with making the dough. I've weighed up a pound of flour. It can be plain flour, it doesn't need to be self-raising, and put it in your bowl and just sieve it. And Tatiana is doing another version, which is gluten-free.
We're using gluten-free self-raising flour.
And into that, you just add a pinch of salt. Now Tatiana is going to do it with an egg, because I have a feeling that with gluten-free flour, because the gluten isn't in there, it doesn't bind. Maybe a tablespoon or so of olive oil, or a bit of water, and go easy with this because you don't want to overdo it. You see that? Be very conservative. Don't put too much water in to start with. Drop of oil. Yeah, that's it.
Nouritza, how often do you make Monti?
I used to make it quite often when the children and Rolf were here, because it was a fun thing to do. And whenever I said I was making Monti, they'd all say, "Oh, please, can we help?" My grandmother made different kinds of Monti. She would do some with halloumi. And I suggested that for people who are vegan, lentils or anything that you use as a substitute for meat, if you are vegetarian or vegan, would be okay. Sprinkle it gently, not too much.
Right.
It shouldn't get too sticky. I would say that's good, yeah. Sprinkle a bit of flour over it and then when you pinch it and squeeze it easily. Yeah, that's good. That looks good. Yeah. Yeah,
okay.
Fine.
I think there's a challenge with gluten.
Have you got an egg?
I put an egg in.
Okay, just add more flour and keep working it. It'll come. Hi, Levon. Hi, Susan. Find a shallot or a red onion, a nice onion for the filling. One onion. This is for about a pound of meat. It has to be cut quite finely. You cut it in half, and then you can cut it across. Can you see that? Here's the meat, here are the onions. That's about as much as I like. I don't like it to be too onion. A nice lot of black pepper. Then you want some salt. I use sea salt.
Just cut my onions. I like a lot of onions. Nouritza, share with us your favorite memory with your grandmother.
With my grandmother. And when we worked together on cooking or embroidery and so on, it just used to absorb her so much. That was her therapy. And talking to other women. But she taught me a lot of things that sometimes I didn't take them too well, but I guess we all absorb things without realizing it.
Do we put garlic in the mix?
No. The garlic comes later in the sauce afterwards.
I know you're a vegetarian. What's your filling going to be?
Putting vegan meat into filling, and I will try to make vegan yogurt with sunflower seeds.
I mean, it feels moist, but it doesn't look smooth.
That's fine. You'll need a tray or a baking dish like this, something like that, or a bigger one if you like, or a China one like this.
I'm still worried about my dough.
So am I, don't worry.
What you have to do is now pick it up, put some flour in your hands, rub all the bits off, like rub them through your fingers, sprinkle some more flour on top of it.
More flour!
Okay.
That's right, Sequoia. And just keep packing it.
The lesson here is that with gluten-free, you need a lot more flour to keep it.
It doesn't have body, does it?
No.
Just less water, maybe like half as much water.
There are a lot of Armenian dishes that don't always work well because of the fact that the flour just doesn't.
Yeah. Put it on your board, just cut it into quarters. Sprinkle it again with flour. Nice little balls that you can easily handle without them sticking. Keep the cloth, when you're not working on it, keep the cloth on it. Get your rolling pin, put it on your board and start rolling up and down gently. Make sure you've got lots of flour on your board. Okay, then pick it up, put it the other way around, always putting flour underneath, and go again from the middle out. Pick it up, more flour, and keep rolling. This isn't going to be paper thin, so don't worry. You should be able to pick it up now. Okay, put it back again and keep rolling it out. It's going to be about as thick as a penny, 10 pp's.
It's like 2 millimeters, I would say.
Yeah, that looks very good, Leah. I think that looks a little bit thick. Give it a bit more. And the other thing you can do is put some flour and roll it like this. Yeah, it looks good. It might be a little bit thick. Peach mahaste. What we're going to do is we're going to cut our squares. Take a knife and cut a straight line, the length of your thumb. Is that good? Not too small because it just gets fiddly. And then you do the opposite. Sprinkle with flour.
I've made Monti, of course, with my mother and my grandmother in Cyprus and in London. And it's actually really strange to be making it without either of them here. This is my first time making it without my mother or my grandmother. It's always a family affair.
As soon as we finished making these, we're going to make the little boats.
You've been calling it manta, I call it manta, but Americans always seem to call it Monti.
We used to call it Monti as well in Beirut.
Well, I'm very sorry about that.
Yeah.
Lots of things get mispronounced. For instance, in Cyprus, Marilyn Monroe is pronounced Marilyn Monroe.
But there are mentions of manta in 13th century Cilicia, by the way. There are two theories about the opposite directions manta reached, because some people say it came from China and Mongol people through Silk Road to Anatolia, but the others say it went the opposite way, from Middle East towards the east. So,
and I think Marco Polo probably brought it over to Italy.
Every culture has this sort of a dumpling, isn't it? From Italy to Russia and Georgia and Armenia.
My family recipe is always to use veal and lamb. I use half lamb mince, half veal mince, and it just changes the flavour slightly.
Has everybody been using baking and cooking as a way of release? What's everybody been doing? You know, especially for those of us who are still in England and we're still under lockdown.
I live on my own, so cooking and baking has become therapy for me, and I've taken the opportunity to try and discover a lot of different Armenian recipes that I've never cooked before. So in the last month, I cooked my first lavash and lamahun and basturma.
You made basturma?
Yeah, I made basturma in my fridge. It took 3 weeks.
I've been watching, but I haven't been cooking, but it's fun to watch you do it. It's wonderful.
We're on our last quarter ball.
Good.
Everyone's doing the cutting.
I love your penny, Susie.
Yeah, very nice. We have to have a best looking kitchen competition, and I think we have a candidate in Stephen Master's kitchen.
I'm all finished.
Gosh.
Got a big tray full of squares.
Get your trays or whatever you're going to make your mantas in, and put a bit of oil, cooking oil or olive oil. Just line up your squares. If they're too small, reject them. Just take the good ones. Take a little blob, little blob of meat like that. Pick up your square like there. Can you see? Pick up the two ends, the two corners, like that and like that, and squeeze it down. Little blob. Pick up the two corners and squeeze it down. Boat. You've got to give it a good squeeze so that they stick, and then you can start putting them straight into the oiled pan that you have. And the closer you pack them, the better. As long as they should touch, and then we'll put a bit of oil over them so that they don't stick. You put them in a mild, not very, very hot oven. Did I say how hot it should be?
Yes, you said 160 degrees.
Okay, that's good. Try them, because you don't want them to burn. They're very small and they'll cook quite quickly. So watch them. If they start going rosy, they're probably done. And you can always put one in your mouth. I mean, after you've blown on it and it doesn't burn you. Because one thing that's important with Monti is have it hot. I went to boarding school, and every holiday I went home to Cyprus from Devon. And every holiday my grandmother would prepare basturma for my homecoming. And I could almost smell it from the street. So we would eat all this basturma. Very often my father kept me an extra day or two. So I would arrive late and get into a lot of trouble from the headmistress. Right? I arrived, of course, the headmistress wanted to see me. So I went in trying to look brave. I said, "Hello, Miss Dance." And she stared at me. I'm very, very sorry. I'm late. And the minute I breathed out, she went, "Go to the dormitory at once." And I almost said, but you haven't punished me. I go to the dormitory and I say hello to my friends and they'll say, oh, you smell of garlic. They wouldn't talk to me for a few days. Garlic saved me some pretty horrible punishment. When everybody's sitting down and you're ready to serve, get all your sauces really hot and then you put the stock over it, put them on the table, and people can help themselves to as much tomato or as much yogurt as they want. I think bake at 6:30 and then start eating at 7. You see?
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Classic beehive.
Yeah, ours is gluten-free and it's very good. And you know, what you said about putting more fat on my hand and compressing it, that helps a lot too. This is a gluten-free.
Looks very good.
How you're putting me to shame right now.
It looks really good. Well done.
Does it take equal time to cook regular and gluten-free versions?
Mine is taking a bit longer than Nouritza's. I think hers is almost ready.
Sorry I didn't join you to make Monti today, but I've been watching everyone do it and it looks so delicious.
Anushka and Lauren, how is your Monti?
Oh my gosh, it's so good. I keep eating it.
Oh, I can see you're enjoying it.
Levon hiç bese hamove.
Chapen aveli hamover.
Chapen aveli.
The Armenian Institute is a London-based charity dedicated to make Armenian culture and history a living experience through innovative programs, educational resources, workshops, lectures, events, and performances. We really hope you enjoyed our Monti making session. During this crazy time, we hope it put a smile on your face. And while our Zoom events are free, we would welcome your support, however big or small. Please find the link to our donation page down in the description below.